Untouchable elites are always a necessary reality to prevent societal collapse. If there is no one atop the pecking order, it does not truly exist. We are primates at core, and are thus hierarchical creatures. We became carnivorous, and thus we became territorial. In light of the release of the Epstein Files, it all makes perfect sense. A population of 8 billion naked apes, there must be a few atop the pecking order. And those with that much power and leverage, combined with being a carnivorous ape, means that the carnivorous ape may become high with lust for rule breaking and his most intense desires. Not always, but in those without strict principles, this will nearly always happen. The public is always behind the curve. While this may be obvious, chipping into stories when they are expected to be read is a fool's errand at buying into the grand psychological manipulation. It would have been obvious that with the advent of the internet and instantaneous connection with anyone around the world, that this would be used nefariously by those who easily could. Another point, war is necessary. When pacifism became the norm in society, it is only because the chains around everyone's necks were so locked that we could not see the people above. Further, elites are necessary, yet are the biggest taboo of the modern day. There will always be the haves and the have-nots. The modern Marxist lie is that we need to all be equal to achieve happiness. This can never happen, for the strong will always prey on the weak. Do not think that I have come to bring peace to the earth. I have not come to bring peace but a sword. This is what Jesus Christ said. He also would use force to evict the money changers from the temple of God, which led to his final arrest. In summary, pacifism is only a modern reality simply since 1945, and especially after the Cold War, which allowed for American hegemony to be truly dominant, the American world empire causing a Pax Americana, just like the Pax Romana. However, like all Pax Romana, Americana, or Mongolica, this will come to an end. Chaos is necessary for true progress. Everybody complains about the housing market, which is saturated all across the world. However, it will help to bring balance to our overpopulation. It is necessary, and is natural selection working. We often claim that living standards are bad, at the very least worse, and yet we all have the internet and smartphones, 7.5 billion of us. We have fridges, microwaves, and transport vehicles. We all live longer, childhood mortality has plummeted. Infectious diseases are plummeting. More people become obese than undernourished, even in developing countries. We claim that the housing market is a grave crime. But what if instead it's brought families closer together? We are more likely to still live with our parents. Why is this bad? Is this not the way that humans have lived for millennia? We inherit the assets of our family. The trouble of this generation is that they subconsciously want their elders to die quicker to inherit more. People just want freedom to be hedonists. Why do I say this? Because why else would people want to move out? Perhaps then, the trouble is that many houses and properties are empty and in the hands of ultra-wealthy elites, when instead they could be used by new families. Also, elders live much longer, so there are just too many people. But what if, living as we do with our parents, we could start families? We actually can do this. The issue is, the system in place does not reward or even facilitate family making. Perhaps, once again, because the world is overpopulated.